And we are live.
Yeah. Episode 82. What? I
82.
never talk like that. Why am I talking like that now?
It's a good way to start the episode.
Get hyped. And I'm high on tacos right now.
Mm.
All right. Ready, Anton?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Welcome to episode 82. This episode of 2OC we talk about Kevin Feige says, "Come at me, bro." The importance of cleanliness and the Golden Globes are far from thirsty. I'm Alan Flores.
Now I'm Anton Duan.
Anton, how's your week been?
Not too bad. Not too bad. It's been a little more laid back because, there hasn't been a whole lot of movies coming out in the movie theater. So there hasn't been so much to catch up on.
Yeah, it's been a little lame. Little lame there.
Yeah. But there's a couple of new stuff that they released on, Hulu and Netflix that, I've been watching a little bit of that. But we'll talk about that a little later on in the show.
I have noticed that we've been relying more on Netflix for both TV and for movies, and you're right. I think it's because there's just nothing out there right now in the theaters that really attracts us.
Mm-hmm.
What's that dog movie coming out? Something dogs, a dog's way home or something like that.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. I think that's out now.
Well, I knew that one was garbage when in the theatrical trailer they tell you the whole damn story.
Mm-hmm.
Kid gets puppy grows up, puppy apparently runs away, puppy finds a friend, puppy comes home. Literally, they show them coming back home.
I think it should just be short.
It's a kids movie.
It doesn't have to be a long feature-length movie.
No, I think the studios are saying, you know what movie this is. Mm-hmm. This is the movie. Your kid's gonna want to go see it because puppies, but yeah, me. All right. Anyways, as for me, Anton, I just picked up my rental car because that accident I told you about a couple episodes ago, mm-hmm. The other insurance finally decided, you know what? It might have been our person's fault.
It should.
I'm like, yeah, there were no other drivers. Yes, of course that was her fault. So I finally
what
dropped
rental car did you get?
I got a 2019 white Toyota Corolla.
Okay. What do you
Not
think
bad.
about the Corolla?
Not bad, except it smells like cigarette smoke. And I swear people have the worst aim when it comes to putting the key in the ignition. I don't know if you saw my story when I posted it.
There's a bunch of scratches all over the place.
Yeah. I'll send it to you right now. Yeah, because I was getting food during my lunch when I was working, and I looked down. I'm like, what is that? No, there's no way people were this bad. Let's see here. All right, I'm texting it to you right now. Yeah. It's terrible. Dude. I've been in rental cars both for work and just sort of like a personal use. I've never seen things this bad. And suddenly my connection's bad. Other than that, while that picture sends, and I'm sure you'll want to post it up once you get it. Yeah. There is one thing that I hadn't mentioned last episode, but I did text you right after you posted our episode 80, our New Year's episode. Mm-hmm. We talked about resolutions for ourselves, and I think I kind of texted you, I'm like, you know what, resolution for the podcast itself, let's try to be more social with other podcasts, because relatively we've been a year and a half, a little over more than that.
Yeah.
Almost 2 years now.
Yep.
We've been kind of isolated. We've been really keeping to ourselves. We've been trying to working on ourselves first before we get out there and start dating. So I think they told us the resolution I think should be that we need to get out there, socialize more. I think part of that was inspired by how much fun it was recording with my brother and Josias from the Comment Syndicate and Deep Dives and Rabbit Holes. So I'm hoping that we get to work with them more, and at the very least, I want to record again by our summer movie draft, which we're due in April.
Yeah. So I just posted that picture up on the video stream that we're having right now. So people can see that.
Yeah, so did you see how bad it is?
Yeah, it's pretty bad, dude. I think people are not so used to putting keys in. Because most of the people who usually rent cars nowadays is just business people. And they probably have their own car that is keyless. So they're not used to putting the keys. First world problem, right?
All of a sudden they can't aim.
Yeah,
They just
all of a
can't.
sudden they can't aim. Keys in their pocket. That's all they worry about.
Yeah, whatever. I got the damage waiver. Whatever. Every single time I get a rental car, I get the damage waiver.
Mm-hmm.
Rarely does anything happen, but if I don't get it, I get paranoid.
Yeah,
Super
but the
paranoid.
thing is, if you have your own insurance, then you
But
don't
the thing
really need
is,
to buy it.
yes and no. But the thing is, they go if there's significant damage, they'll go through your insurance, and then you pay your deductible.
Yeah, which is true.
Which is I'm like I'd rather just avoid it. I'd rather pay $50 for a week's worth of use, and if something happens, rather than pay
it would just go
500.
through their insurance instead of yours.
Yeah, exactly. I'd rather just get not have to worry about anything.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm fine with my driving, but clearly because of the accident, I'm concerned about other people's driving.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought this up because this is something that I wanted to do in this episode, which is the Ask Alan a Question segment.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
This kind of falls into the credit card thing where you can get insurance when you rent cars. Because I know that American Express, if you book a car, if you do Discover and book a car, you also get like a rental insurance on it.
Yeah. Credit cards do have a lot of hidden benefits that's in the fine print, which people don't really know about or um, don't use regularly.
Yeah.
I think there's another one for cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think if there's damage to your phone and you bought your phone with a credit card, they'll cover it or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, they put for repairs.
So my question for you is, what's in your wallet?
I don't. One second. All right, let me just flash my credit card numbers on the screen right now.
Okay.
Target card, red card, of course.
Okay.
Disney Pass, which I don't really need this anymore. It expired 2 weeks ago. Great way to bring me down, Anton. No, yeah, it expired on the 31st. Well, technically, my last week was the week for Christmas because the last 2 weeks were blackout for me.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to get it again soon because Star Wars Galaxy's Edge is coming out this summer.
I'm still gonna take about a year off, at least a year off.
Okay.
Let's see, City credit card because of Costco. Mm-hmm. Visa credit card and Visa debit card. I really don't have that many cards. Okay. I used to have American Express, but then Costco switched.
So, okay, this is my biggest question is, what is the card that you use the most? Is it the City card now? Because, I mean, back then when it was American Express, you get a lot of points back, especially when you get gas and stuff like Costco.
And that's the funny thing about credit cards. Their point systems are almost the same. Mm-hmm. But I do try to utilize them smart. So generally, my go-to credit card is the one through my bank. Mm-hmm. Because that one.
Yeah, since you work at Wells Fargo, so.
Yeah, way to sell me out. Yeah, so I use that one. The thing is, I have that, and I just use that one for points because I pay it literally as soon as the payment clears. I just transfer the money over, mm-hmm. So I never get charged interest, and I even have it for recurring payments like my phone bill. Mm-hmm. It goes straight to my credit card, and then once it clears, I transfer the money over specifically so I can get. I think my phone bill is about 200, mm-hmm. 250, somewhere in there. Yeah. So every month that charges. I transfer the money from my checking account, and then I get points for $250 every month.
Oh, that's good, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. I just use that for recurring. But when I go to get gas, if I go to Costco, I do use the City one because the City one gives you the triple points over that one.
Well, triple points instead of double.
And that's the thing you have to be careful for. You have to I think there's specific restaurants they'll give you double points. Gas is typically the one that give you the most points back on. You just have to know your credit card and know when to use it.
Yeah, like one of the credit cards that I have is the Chase Freedom, and the only thing I don't like about it is, I mean, you get really good perks. I mean, there'll be
Yeah.
months where you get like something different every single time. But each time there's those really good deals, you would have to go on the app or on the online to activate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing. Like, I mean, I know what the perks are. I mean, they email to you to let you know, but sometimes I forget to go in and activate it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that sucks about that. But there was a really good credit card that I saw today that has probably one of the best deals I have seen in a long time, which is the Southwest credit card. The cool thing
Oh,
about this
okay.
one is you get 30,000 points plus you get a companion pass.
So the companion passes aren't there like a lot of restrictions on them? Like you would be the first one to get bumped off if there's another one or something like that.
Not really, because they kind of
What'd you do?
nothing. Josiah is commenting.
Oh, that's mean. I just saw the chat.
I
All right,
think it's
Anton,
the
you look like
lighting.
how I feel, homie. Tired as fuck.
Yeah, it's probably the lighting. Yeah, but anyways, it's really cool because I don't think there are those crazy restrictions because you can buy a ticket like a regular standard ticket, and you get the next one for free. So you can bring a person with you every single flight.
Okay. Yeah, that one, and I think I think for the airlines, your main benefit is if you use that airline frequently, because I think you get more points if you buy your ticket through that credit card or something like that.
Yeah, but there's a catch to how you can get this perk. When you apply for this credit card, you have to spend more than $4,000 in order to get it. But you have to spend $4,000 within the first 3 months.
Yeah, which is usually yeah, it's about normal. I think usually it's between 2,000 and 4,000, whatever they're offering you.
Yeah.
Um, but apparently, and this is just in the news last week, a lot of credit card companies are trying to rethink their rewards program because a lot of people are being more smart with their points.
Yeah, and I think that's also one of the reasons why I brought this up because Chase Sapphire rewards has
Yeah.
been phenomenal. I mean, a lot of people who actually know how these points work, they would sign up for this credit card and just use the heck out of it, and then just leave it right after they're done using it. So
Yeah.
it's a big problem. I mean, I know a lot of people who love to travel. What they did was
Yeah.
they used the Chase Sapphire to get free vacations and then just cancel
Mhm.
it.
That's the thing. A lot of people just use it's called the sign up bonus.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's the thing. People are actually getting the card, getting their bonus, and then just abandoning the card altogether. So they're going to rethink the way they offer those bonuses, either make it more strict on how you earn them, or just try to limit how much you get for the bonus.
Yeah.
And then I think that's how it starts. I think next after that, they're going to start targeting kind of people like me that I've gotten way more cash back or like points than I've paid in interest. I think I've only paid in interest once in like the 8 years or 9 years I've had it.
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, it kind of defeats the purpose of mainly using a credit card for, the perks and benefits. But for me, I think I'm going to try out the Sapphire before they cap it. I'm pretty sure they're going to cap it very soon. I think
Yeah.
the most that you can get out of it throughout the first set of benefits is you get $1,200 worth of stuff. So you can use that towards your vacation, hotels, or whatever.
All right, yeah.
So
Let us know how
that's
it
if
goes.
you know what you're doing and you max out everything. Otherwise, it's kind of pointless just to sign up for the card.
Yeah, that's the thing. You have to be very careful because it's really easy to kind of milking credit cards for their bonuses is a little bit like juggling.
Mm-hmm.
If you screw up, it all falls apart on you. So you have to be very
and I've
careful.
been reading a lot about it on thepointsguy.com. So.
Oh, I use NerdWallet.
NerdWallet? Yeah,
NerdWallet's
that's a good one
NerdWallet.
too. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. Mm-hmm. All right, anyways, let's get on with the show, dude.
All right. Let's start with news. All right, son. So since Phase 2 started, we knew that Kevin Feige was gonna leave the MCU. And after Avengers, that was the wrap up. That was his own. But he stuck around a little bit longer than people. They're like, hey, what's going on here? I believe it was on Variety that reported Kevin Feige says, I'm not going anywhere anytime soon. So homie's like, come at me, bro. Make me leave. Which I think him leaving was probably part of a contract negotiation. They didn't know if they wanted to keep him, but after the success of Phase 2, they probably decided last minute to offer him another deal.
That were speculating that the MCU would fail at least like one or two movies, but so far everybody's been loving it. I think there's a formula that they already have that Kevin Feige already set down.
Okay, it took me at least until I want to say the first Avengers movie before Kevin Feige's name it just became a household name. Mm-hmm. At least for me. Before that, I would see the name every now and then, but I just saw it as just another studio person. Mm-hmm. But after more and more, I started saying like, oh, he is the guy behind it. He became more of a figure in the MCU. So it just shows you how big of a role he's playing in that world. So I think that's if they did renegotiate his contract, or if they're in the process of renegotiating his contract, offer the guy money. Get a bucket. Get a bucket, get some cash, just put a bunch of cash in there, says tell us when.
Yeah, props to him, dude. I mean, he's doing such a good job, and I think he should just stay where he is now.
Yeah. I mean, who knows? Maybe he's just sticking around until they find his replacement, and he kind of hands off, does a proper handoff of the MCU. Because, I mean, it is his baby. You never know. Maybe he's really attached to it. So it's like, I don't want to just give it to any random person that you guys want to hire. I want to make sure that it's in good hands.
Yeah, just like how George Lucas and Kathleen Kennedy, same process.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find somebody to, take the helm.
Well, Kathleen Kennedy's been doing a good job too. Mm-hmm. So I think that people aren't giving enough credit, but she's been doing a good job. Mm-hmm. All right, Anton. So that's it for Kevin Feige. What's going on with these Avengers Awards?
Yeah, Avengers. Okay, so here's the thing. We know that Kevin Hart was supposed to be the person that is hosting the Oscars, and there was that whole spiel about him saying something about the LGBTQ community that they didn't like. And, even Ellen came out, I think last week, talking about it, where she forgave him. He's a comedian. He had to do what he had to do, and he knows that it's wrong, and people grow.
Yeah.
Maybe, it's kind of weird back in the days during our time, probably about 10, 15 years ago. It's okay to, joke around and call each other gay because, I mean, it's supposed to be an offensive word, and it was a word that was being thrown around not so seriously. But now, people mature, they understand better, and, us knowing, how sensitive people are, I mean, which is a good thing. It's good to be empowered to fight back and, stand your ground.
Not just that, but I mean, it's society expectations changes like every 3 years, every 5 years, little by little, it changes. And as bad as things have been in the past, I think it's still unfair to judge somebody on their, on past things. Like, I'm sorry, similar to, and I hate to be political, but the end of George Bush's presidency, people were mad about us being at war. Mm-hmm. However, after 9/11, the whole country wanted us to go F up whoever attacked us on 9/11. Mm-hmm. And his popularity was through the roof, second only to his dad. Mm-hmm. But then everybody wanted it, and then 8 years later, everybody hates him for it. Kind of thing, like, wait, what the hell? That's what you guys wanted. Same thing with him. Like, that was his commentary, his values back then. I'm not sure if he's still the same now, but he's not saying it. You're holding him accountable for something he said in 2010? Mm-hmm. 2011?
I mean, he had to do what he had to do because he was the president, and the actions that he had to take. I mean, it might
In the
not
moment,
be
yeah.
his.
We're judging him 2020 hindsight.
Yeah.
In the moment, it seemed like a good idea.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what's going on with Ellen?
I wouldn't hold anything accountable when it was during the time when things were not being taken seriously. You know.
Yeah.
So, anyways, all that aside, they're trying to figure out who's going to host the next Oscars. And one of the biggest things that people have been talking about, I don't know if this is official or not, but I've seen it in some sources online. They're saying that they're going to think about having the Avengers host the Oscars. So, yeah, so I want to hear what you would think about that.
The funny thing is, the news I heard today, which I guess it kind of shows you how uncertain everything is, that they might go without a host altogether and just let the presenters some more.
Which isn't the first time.
No, but it has been a long time.
Yeah,
I think it's been over 30 years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'd be interesting. However, it might be too soon, too soon. Like I think it'd be a better idea after the Avengers movie comes out. I think right now it's going to lead to more speculation about the MCU.
Yeah, true. But it also kind of, gives a big, PR movement for the Avengers coming up.
It would be a good marketing. It's pretty much because the award ceremony is 2 hours, 3 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty much a 2 or 3 hour promotion cross promotion for MCU.
Yeah, and then at the end of the Oscars, we get a second trailer.
You just want a trailer, yeah. Although, because when is the Oscars?
Let's see, Oscars this year.
I'm wondering.
Oscar is going to be on February 19th. February 24th, 2019.
So about a week before Captain Marvel comes out.
Yeah.
Interesting. I wouldn't be surprised if they just get Brie Larson to do it.
Yeah, that'd be very interesting. But
yeah,
I'm probably going to lean towards not having anybody just to avoid all the controversies.
I think they'll lean towards not having anybody because it's so last minute. Mm-hmm. Anybody you bring in is going to have to shift their entire schedule to accommodate their schedule, the award ceremony schedule.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it's a little over a month away, but when it comes to productions, a month is not a lot of time, especially something that big and that time consuming.
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
All right, dude. So
let's go on.
I did hear about Ruby Rose. We talked about it. She's becoming Batwoman.
Yeah, so I'm bringing this up for two things. We did talk about Ruby Rose. Was it Ruby Rose? Yeah, Ruby Rose. Becoming Batwoman in Gotham. Was it Gotham? Not Gotham. Oh my god, I'm blanking out. Anyways.
CW,
in the DC. Right? CW, yeah, one of the CW shows. Is it Arrow? I don't know. Anyways, so we did talk about her becoming Batwoman, but we didn't we? That's what I'm trying to refresh my memory. Didn't they already announce that she was going to get her own series, but they were going to introduce her in the existing shows as a crossover to kind of give her a little introduction to the DCEU.
Yeah.
So I found it kind of weird that they were doing that the entertainment news was being so surprised or trying to promote it as if it's breaking news that they ordered an entire CW. Yeah, CW ordered a season of Batwoman. I'm like, I'm sorry, wasn't that already announced? But didn't we already know that was going to happen? Why is this a big deal? Yeah, why is this news all of a sudden?
I don't know. I guess it was just hype.
Maybe, but I'm not crazy, right? That was part of the announcement was Batwoman's becoming a show, and it's they're going to introduce Ruby Rose for the first time as a crossover before the show comes out. I don't know. All right. Yeah, that was kind of a throwaway news thing. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Anton. What is our Lovable Studios Bungie talking about?
Okay, so let me just vaguely go over the whole history. So Bungie is one of our favorite video game developers of all time. Would you agree?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. They created two of our most beloved game franchises, Halo and Destiny. So in the past history of Bungie, they partnered with Microsoft to produce an epic game, Halo, in the series. So over time, Bungie wanted to distance themselves to start a new IP, which is Destiny. But in order to do that, they had to leave some of their team members behind, and they created 343 Industries, which came to be part of Microsoft. So anyways,
yes.
When Bungie split off for a while they were developing Destiny, Activision bought Bungie. And I think the reason why Activision bought Bungie is because they know that Bungie can make a game that would sell.
Bungie can make a game with a story.
Yeah.
A deep backstory.
Yeah. So I think that was a big gamble with what Activision did.
Mm-hmm.
However, because of recent sales hasn't been, that great, they kind of had to split ways. And on the good note, Activision is letting Bungie keep Destiny. So it's kind of like a divorce, but hey, you get to, keep all your good stuff.
I think it's more like we're keeping everything, but we'll give you something here.
Yeah. So Bungie is going to keep Destiny. They're going to continue to finish the game with all of their expansion that's coming out. So I think pretty much they're going to be working as a smaller studio for Destiny.
Yeah.
And this is what they said when they announced the news. Bungie says, "We have enjoyed a successful 8-year run and would like to thank Activision for their partnership on Destiny. Looking ahead, we're excited to announce plans for Activision to transfer publishing rights for Destiny to Bungie. With our remarkable Destiny community, we are ready to publish on our own. And while Activision will increase their focus on their own IP projects." So, other than that note, Bungie also has a new game in development right now. And it's thanks to this company called NetEase. And they put over like $100 million of investment. So I'm really curious to see what this new IP is. Because, I mean, Destiny was a really big game, and it just fell apart because I think people kind of fell out of it. I mean, it's a good game, but then it's just so repetitive for me.
Yeah, you're right. It's a huge environment. It's a lot of detail, customization. However, the story is so shallow. And then you do end up, it essentially becomes a grind fest until the next DLC comes out.
So Destiny is a game where you go in with a little bit of story, and all you're doing is you're trying to level your character to get better weapons and be able to fight with friends or do like quests together.
Yeah, your squad. Get the 3-man squad.
So anyways, really happy for Bungie to have a new project that they're working on, but I'm just happy that there's no like hard feelings about this whole thing.
Yeah, which makes you wonder. Like, I think they kind of just fizzled out if that's how they're splitting up, or maybe there's other issues that kind of. There was no bad blood, but it just had to happen for one reason or another that we probably won't find out because it's all behind closed doors.
And I kind of feel like this is what happened with Microsoft. But then on the good note, they left it to work on something else that's different. But in this case, they get to keep the game.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm sure Bungie. I can't think Bungie just comes with some good ideas, some out of the box ideas. So I can't wait to see what they come up with next.
Yeah.
All right, Anton. So 2019, we're just getting into it, and already, a few entertainment, publicizers, publicities, publicists, publications, like publics, websites, blogs, magazines. They've all made it seem very down now because they're calling 2019 the year of endings. Several TV shows are coming to an end. Big Bang Theory is going to be ending at season 12 with 279 episodes. Game of Thrones is going to have its finale. Broad City, Orange is the New Black is going to come to an end. Veep, Homeland. I'm just going through the list right now. Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Mr. Robot. I don't know what that is. Jane the Virgin.
What?
Transparent, which I never saw. That's an Amazon show, right? Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, which I never really got into. The Affair. Gotham's gonna get its finale. Shadowhunters. iZombie. Let's see what else. Vikings coming to an end on History Channel. So it's a lot of finales all happening this year. I want to see your take. Do you see this as a negative, or is this kind of a...
Okay,
do you find this as a relief?
It's pretty much both, because we have a lot of these really fresh new actors that came into like a couple of different series. But over time, they get really popular. A lot of Hollywood movies want them in the movies. So it's a good thing for a lot of our favorite actors in these TV shows to get, bigger roles. However, yeah, it sucks to see a lot of these shows go. Sometimes the ending is not so, it's a little bittersweet. But, I mean, they are getting to a point where a lot of these studios need fresh, new content. And at the same time, they're going to lose viewers if they're going to go on forever. I mean, people have favorite shows, but nothing really lasts forever in the entertainment world. People get tired of it.
That was weird. I think Big Bang Theory is a perfect example. I love that show. I own pretty much every season on Blu-ray, but I feel 12 seasons is a bit too much.
Yeah, sure.
I loved How I Met Your Mother. I think 10 seasons was just the right amount. Around season 8 or 9, you start to feel the fatigue of like, okay, so the story's still going on. Like, when you get to the ending kind of thing. But it dovetailed very nicely. So I think there's something to be said about a show ending not at the top, but near once they start to see the decline. It's time to, like, you know what? Let's just end it now while we still have an audience, while we still have a following. Because I think if you wait too long, you finish the series, regardless of how great it was, as that show that became, like you said, repetitive or
they run out of ideas. A good example would be
Supernatural.
Supernatural.
That too.
Yeah.
CW, man. CW is probably the worst at letting shows go.
Yeah. They know people will still watch it, but not as a lot of people.
And I think, because their shows are not that expensive to make. All right, Tom. Let's go on to the next story here. I'm pulling up my notes.
Oh, you didn't get to the movie part of it.
Huh? Yeah. The Golden Globes?
No, the movie part of the year ending.
Oh, wait, which one?
Because you said TV shows are ending and movies too.
Oh, you know what? I just realized they didn't put in the article I pulled up, they didn't put movies.
Oh, no. Okay. Well, we already know. But we already know the third
Avengers.
part of the new Star Wars is ending. The trilogy.
Yes, and we're gonna get the last Stan Lee cameo.
Really? I thought he filmed over 50 something before he died.
No, No, I think the last one he filmed, I think it's either Spider-Man Far From Home or Captain Marvel. One of those two is going to be his last cameo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they're still gonna put him in like animated stuff.
They they have to be very careful, dude. At least wait, because I think if they do it too soon, now they're just like you're doing Weekend at Bernie's with a real person. You can't do that. You gotta let the man rest.
Yeah.
All right. So you wanted movies. Let's go into Golden Globes talk.
Okay.
All right. Really quick. So I'll just give you the winners and let me know what you think. Best Motion Picture Drama, Bohemian Rhapsody. Did you ever check that one out?
No, but that would be more on your end.
Yeah, dude. I completely love this one. I really got into it. I'm a big fan of Queen's music, but I never actually got to know about Queen the band.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is a nice story.
Just to counter that, you watched A Star Is Born too, right?
I did not, okay. But it did beat this category. It beat A Star Is Born and Black Panther.
Yeah, I thought A Star Is Born is gonna win.
For drama, I would have thought A Star Is Born. Yeah, you're right. Mm-hmm. But all right. Let's go into Best Motion Picture, Music and or Comedy. The Green Book won this one, beating out Crazy Rich Asians, Mary Poppins, and Vice.
I thought it was either Vice or Mary Poppins that was going to win in this category.
I thought it was going to be... Yeah, you're right. I would have gone with Mary Poppins. Mm-hmm. So for the music and the comedy aspect of it. Mm-hmm. Let's see here. Best performance by an actress in a motion picture drama goes to Glenn Close, The Wife, beating out Lady Gaga, Nicole Kidman, Melissa McCarthy, and Rosamund Pike. Mm-hmm. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture drama, Rami Malek from Bohemian Rhapsody, beating out Bradley Cooper, Willem Dafoe, Lucas Hedges, and John David Washington.
Yeah, let me tell you something about Rami Malek.
Okay, I've already said Willem Dafoe.
I mean, I think I've been a pretty big fan of him ever since I saw him the first time. I think he was in something, I can't remember exactly, but
I know the feeling, because when I saw the commercial for Mr. Robot, mm-hmm. I did think like I've seen that guy before, and he was kind of like a background character.
Mm-hmm. Because I think one of the first movies or shows that I've seen with him in was, let me see if I can go back far enough. He was in Night at the Museum.
Oh, yeah, he played King Tut.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I saw him. Not his most memorable role, apparently. But yeah, that I think that's where I saw him. Let's see. Oh, he was in 24. I think I did see him on that one. He was a voice actor for Halo 2.
Additional characters.
Yeah. The Pacific Notes. I think the Night Museum is probably the first time I saw him too. You're right. All right. Let's see who else we have here. Performance by an actress in a motion picture, music or comedy goes to Olivia Colman in The Favorite, beating out Emily Blunt, Elsie Fisher, Charlize Theron, and Constance Wu. Best. Huh?
Yeah, I think she did a really good job. So.
That's it. Yeah. Best performance by an actor in a motion picture, music, or comedy. I don't know how you feel about this one. Goes to Christian Bale, beating out Lin-Manuel Miranda, Viggo Mortensen, Robert Redford, and John C. Reilly.
See, I thought he did a great job. I thought someone else is going to take it because. Okay, you know what? Yeah, I mean, he puts 110%, probably 1,000% into his role because he gained all that weight, and it's real weight.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think when I saw the trailer, even though I knew he put on weight, I was still kind of like, that has to be a bodysuit. There's no way.
Yeah.
But he did a scene specifically like half naked, showing his gut to kind of promote it.
Mm-hmm.
Best performance by an actress in a supporting role in any motion picture. Jeez, that's a wide category. Goes to Regina King in If Beale Street Could Talk, beating out Claire Foy, Emma Stone, Rachel Weisz, Rachel Weisz, and Amy Adams.
Okay.
Sorry, I have a soft spot for the Weisz.
Okay.
Best performance by an actor in a supporting role in any motion picture.
Oh yeah, she has a cool husband though.
Who's her husband? What?
007?
Huh? Oh,
007.
seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, freaking Daniel Craig.
Yeah.
Jeez. So the winner goes to Marshala Ali.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I pronounced the name right.
Yep.
Being not Jesus, what's with these names? Timothy Chalamet,
Mm-hmm.
Adam Driver, Richard E. Grant, and Sam Rockford. Rockwell. I really thought Sam Rockwell would have gotten that. That guy is like a freaking chameleon, dude. No matter what he's in, from Galaxy Quest, Iron Man, uh, Vice. Like he is just so 100% into his role. Yeah, he's a chameleon. Best
He was in
director
Three
and
Billboards, right?
I don't remember.
Yeah, he was in Three Billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was really good in that, dude. I don't know if
Right.
you've ever seen that, but that's something that you have to see if you're a big fan of Sam.
I think we talked about it last award season. I wanted to see it, but I never did.
Yeah.
And I'll skip down to the last category I want to talk to is best motion picture animated. In this category, we have Isle of Dogs, Mirai, the anime.
Yeah,
Mirai. Ralph Breaks the Internet and Incredibles 2, but no surprise to you or me that Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse is the winner for this one.
It is a big surprise for me though, because you would think that Incredibles 2 would win, because it's always.
I think that seizure scene screwed them over.
Yeah.
You can't win an award if the people reviewing your movie are on the floor spazzing out.
Yeah, that's true. I think they just sweep all those people out.
Actually, just sweep them out like the popcorn.
Yeah, they won't even remember what happened. They just went home and like, what did I do today? Oh, I don't know.
Why am I in an alley somewhere?
Yeah.
Actually, I lied. I want to do one more category. Best original song motion picture. Here you have. Oh, this one goes to "Shallow" by Lady Gaga, Mark Ronson. It's part of the.
I already know that was gonna win.
But it beat out Black Panther, All the Stars, which I mean I don't think it was gonna win, but I think it was impressive that at least they're recognizing the Black Panther soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, I'll leave it there. Anton, you want to go into our next segment?
All right, let's get into streaming.
All right, Anton, what's going on with streaming today?
So, I think I'm getting into the spirit of spring cleaning a little early. So I've been watching this show called Tidying Up with Marie Kondo on Netflix.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. It's actually a pretty interesting show. Like, she is an author of a book that shows you how to tidy up your house with a method that she calls KonMari. And
it translates to throw out your shit. Actually says yo.
Yeah, dude, it is probably one of the coolest shows to watch because I learned so many things that I don't know about when you're tidying. There's better ways to do things when you're folding clothes, putting away clothes, organizing. There's specific things that you can do because you know how a lot of people are hoarders.
Yes, unintentional hoarders. I have that tendency that I struggle every day to fight with it.
Yeah, so she has a way of getting past that. So basically, let's say you have like a bunch of stuff that you really like to keep. Let's say you have like over 20 different clothes that you have that are from years and years ago, but you still wear it, or some you don't even wear. So she asks you like to take up each piece and ask if it gives you joy. So if it gives you joy, you can keep it. If it doesn't give you joy, then you can just move on by, thanking it for giving you all the good times or whatever, and then just put it away or aside in the bag or something.
The funny thing is, this is not the first time I've heard this. I've heard this, but years ago. I think even TV shows have incorporated it into like a story here and there.
Mm-hmm.
I think King of the Hill even did it.
Interesting.
So it kind of it shows you how long she's been doing this for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw the trailer for the show when it came out, and at first, probably the first 10 seconds of it, I was like, "Oh, this is stupid. This is like what's it called? What's that? The show, the channel that has all the like House Hunters or whatever. HGTV.
Yeah, HGTV.
I'm like, it's freaking like an HGTV show, but instead of buying houses, you're cleaning them up, whatever. But the more I saw, I'm like, oh, she's helping people that are dealing with stress or dealing with like the loss of somebody. Like, oh, okay, I'm like, all right, now I see. Like, okay, there is a human connection there.
Yeah. So, like you said, there's one about there's this lady that her husband passed away like 9 months ago. So it's hard for her to go through her husband's stuff to throw out. Which
I can understand.
Yeah, and the more that she keeps it there and not do anything with it, the more hurtful she's going to get. If she moves on, it's a lot better to move on with their life.
Yeah, the whole ripping off the Band-Aid.
Yeah. So that's one episode. There was another one about a couple that is having a newborn coming soon, so they need to figure out how to clean up the place. So then when the newborn is here, they're able to live a more cleanly, tidying house instead of stuff everywhere.
No, I'm little by little. I've been doing that with my room. You saw it last time you came over. Like I threw out my old desk, got a smaller one, cleared out a lot of things on my desk. Even today, I had I had a bunch of stuff like over my window for years, and I realized I'm like, I really don't care about that stuff. So I literally today I just threw those out and I cleaned it up because I ordered some curtains on Amazon, getting ready for that spring sunshine that's somehow managed to find a way through my blinds, bounce off my mirror in my closet, and hit my pillow at the right angle and wake me up at 6:30 in the morning on weekends. So this year I said no more, and I ordered curtains.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big difference for you. Usually on the weekends.
Also, I'm hoping that kind of helps the sound when I'm recording. Oh, yeah. I'm hoping that not as much sound comes through.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
All right.
So what do you think?
What'd you think of the show, though?
It's very entertaining and very educational. So I recommend watching a couple episodes.
Yeah. No, might be some good techniques there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cool. I think that's all we had for this segment. So let's move on to movies.
All right, let's move on to movies.
Anton, don't judge me.
Oh, you didn't pull it up.
No, I didn't. I was so concerned. That's becoming an unintentional running joke.
Yep, you didn't pull up.
I didn't pull out. All right, let's see here. Let's go weekends. Okay, full day chart. All right, Anton. Number one right now is going to be Aquaman with the whopping $268.5 million. Number two, Escape Room with $22.4 million. Number three, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse with $137 million. Number four, Mary Poppins Returns with $142 million. And number five, The Mule with $84 million. It looks like Bumblebee, Vice, Bohemian Rhapsody all fell off the top five.
Yeah, it's rolling out of theaters instead of staying. So.
Yeah, and I think this weekend, and probably the weekend after this episode comes out, or before this, after this episode came out, the movies coming out would have been A Dog's Way Home, Replicas, and The Upside, which none of those sound appealing to me.
Upside's kind of interesting.
I don't know. But A Dog's Way Home, were we recording, or was that before we recorded how I vented about the... No, those were recorded. We're recording already. We're streaming. I vented about how stupid the trailer was. for A Dog's Way Home, and then Replicas was actually supposed to be an August release last year, and apparently got pushed.
I wonder why.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They must have a lot of faith that they're trying to release it during this dead zone. I'm trying to think. I think the only other movie that's going to come out soon that I'm excited about is Glass.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's probably the only movie that's coming out shortly that I'm really interested in also.
But I'm not hearing any real buzz around it.
I don't think they even did any screenings yet. I think they started doing it a week before. So I think this week, this coming week.
Maybe, but I think part of the thing that's going to hurt it is not a lot of people have seen Unbreakable. It's been, what, almost 20 years?
Yeah. So far, it's getting a 45 out of 100 on Metacritic, but we're just looking basically on vaguely on 19 different critics.
Ooh, that's not good.
There's a whole lot of 60%, 50. I only see one in the green, which is 80.
I'm getting a suspicious X-Men First Class feel to this movie.
Yeah. I hope he doesn't shalama-ding-dong this movie.
No, and Unbreakable came out in 2000, so we are 19 years off away from that, from Unbreakable. So not a lot of people have seen Unbreakable that are over the age of, or under the age of 20.
Yeah.
So that might hurt this movie, but we'll see. All right, there was only one movie that I saw, and actually this was last week because we had to push it because we're running over. And actually, how are we doing on time right now? Okay, cool. I can sum this up. So the movie came out on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. It's called 2036 Origin Unknown, starring Katie Sackhoff, that people remember from Battlestar Galactica. Mm-hmm. It is, the synopsis is, after a failed mission to Mars, AI, known as Artie, is now used for the 2036 mission with a few human supervisors. When a monolith of unknown origin is found, it has a big effect on the fate of Earth. So this is kind of what I like to think like in the 50s when people used to think, oh, we'll travel to other planets, we'll be traveling to Mars, and we'll find relics or whatever. Like this, I think this is kind of similar aspect of it. Something's going on Mars, we show up and we find an alien artifact. We're trying to figure out what it is. As much as I love sci-fi, as much promise as I felt this movie had, it's a very small cast. I think it's only like it's mostly as Katie Sackhoff solo movie.
Yeah.
It's the story, I think, gets hurt by the writer's need to try to be deeper than the story needs to be. Mm-hmm. The writing, let me try to put it. The writer would have done better if they just trimmed it to the key idea of us going to Mars, going to Mars with the cooperation of AI we developed, finding an alien artifact, and little by little piecing it together. Instead, the last 20 to 15 minutes of this movie turns into a cluster F of so many sci-fi stereotypical endings.
So it's a rip-off of like a bunch of different...
It's so many, and I swear, there was a point, like, it ended, I was kind of like, not the ending I was expecting, but okay. And then everything goes black, and then literally 2 seconds later, you're back. And now you're in another ending. And then 2 minutes later, it finally ends for real with a third ending.
There's only one movie that I've seen that did that and worked, and that was Savages. I don't think that
I never saw that
in this one.
Savages I never saw that.
Good, but I don't think a lot of people liked it. But that's probably one of my favorite movies, probably top 50.
Yeah, I think if you I think if you watch, I enjoyed the movie. I enjoyed the lead up. I enjoyed the build up, the story, the mystery behind it.
Mm-hmm.
If I was just grading it on that alone, I would give it a 7 and a. Oh, I'll use our rating system. I would give it a 3.25 out of 5.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that freaking ending, that just kind of like messed with my mind and made me think, you know what? I was giving this writer a lot of credit before, but I'm starting to think this is just coincidental. I think you lucked into that story, and this is your true colors showing at this ending that you don't know what you want, and you're just throwing everything at the wall. The including the ending, I would give this a 2 out of 5.
Wow.
It just
Okay, so if you had to choose one of those endings to keep it at that same score that you gave before, which was 3.25,
yeah.
which ending would it be, or would it even not be any of these endings?
I would have chosen. It's hard because I think there's a lot of. It's you're walking on eggshells when you're writing sci-fi,
Mm-hmm.
because you're running into the risk of it's the whole South Park joke of Simpsons did it.
Yeah.
It's been done, nothing original. Um, but I think if the ending was something that led into, okay, this is where humans go from now, or this is where we move forward from, I think
Mm-hmm.
that'd been better. But the way it ends is just so it was running that line between trying to be ambiguous and trying to be very precise of what the ending was, and I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
I really hated that stupid ending.
Yeah. So I can see, this movie is basing a lot of different stories. And it kind of reminds me, because when you were talking about mining stuff on like, Mars or something like that, it kind of
Yeah.
reminds me of the book that I was talking about, Red Rising, um, where it follows a future planet. It sets on future planet Mars, and it follows like a low-born miner um, there who infiltrates the ranks of the elite golds, and he's basically
Oh yeah. Yeah, we talked about this. It's kind of like a you're following like an immigrant, like an early Americans immigrant, but
kind of like
on Mars.
slavery, and then you become somebody,
Yeah,
that.
like I say, like a factory worker in the Industrial Revolution,
Mm-hmm.
but on Mars in the future.
Yeah. So that's
Uh,
what I thought. This would have been better. I know that they're gonna make this movie. They've been
yeah.
talking about it. Mark Forster is doing it, which is the guy that did some of the Bond movies. He did Quantum of Solace. He did Monsters Ball, Finding Neverland, World War Z. So I'm kind of curious to see what he's going to bring to this.
So I'm just reading some of the comments on Metacritic for 2036.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this was can't recommend. Love Katie Sackhoff from Longmire TV series, but there's only so much she can do in this convoluted sci-fi flick that really drags on at times. Which I think sums it up perfectly. You're right. Yeah. All right, Anton. That's it for that one. I think we're done, right?
Actually, I have something to add. I forgot to ask you about this. Did you hear? Because I know you're a very sciencey type of guy.
I have my.
Yeah. I heard that they found some radio signals out there in space.
That is always news we hear initially. That's happened a couple times. I think part of the problem is we're looking for patterns. There's always radio signals. Stars give off radio signals. The thing is, we're looking for patterns because that can be interpreted as some sort of language.
Yeah.
And then it's just not random. So, but then you also run into the risk of, okay, we found this pattern, but is that pattern just a coincidence? And so we'll continue to monitor that area, and then eventually it comes back as nothing, or it isn't what we thought it was.
Mm-hmm.
So for now, I think this is just kind of somebody in the newsroom was going through scientific research press releases, one of the press releases says we found a signal of some sort, and they ran with it. So I
no
really
solid proof or anything. Just okay. All right. Let me
no,
just
trust me. I am one to believe that we are not alone in the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I am a huge believer of that because just knowing the math of how big the universe is, it gives like the only question is are they visiting us? That's the big difference.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's only
now? Are they listening to this podcast?
They're like, fuck, just finished the review for 2036. No, but I'm saying I think that's the biggest question for me is like, are they actually visiting us? But for sure, I believe that they are out there somewhere. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just a matter of time until we find it. However, when it comes to news release like this, I think it's better to sit and wait and get confirmation rather than some news that's trying to be first.
Or maybe the government will never let us know.
Well, okay, so kind of what's it? I think it's the not World Nations. Is it World Nations? What's it? Damn it!
The UN.
UN, United Nations. There we go. World Nations. That's in the future. We're multiplanetary. The United Nations. There's somebody that's assigned to first contact. Mm-hmm. They have somebody assigned to once contact. We do make contact for sure with aliens. That person in the UN is in charge of communication between us and them.
Amy Adams? I would just choose Amy Adams.
Actually, that's not too far off. I think they kind of based it off her, or based that character off her, because I believe the person in charge of it is a multicultural linguist.
Wow.
So that might be, yeah. Mm-hmm. So they're out there, Anton. They're out there. Behind you! Oh, wait, no, that's One Punch Man.
That is One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's coming soon. I'm really excited. April.
Cool. All right, Anton. If people want to support us not being alone, or actually, no, you know what? How to phrase that? Damn it, it's the first time I had to phrase it. If people want to show that we're not alone out there, how can they do that?
They can do that by going to our website at www.the2oc.com, purchase a sticker or t-shirt, and maybe some other new items on there. We don't know. But it gives us a little kickback also if you click on any of the Amazon links to buy something.
Get one of these shiny stickers.
Yep, shiny. Yep. Well, not really. It's matte.
Get one of these matte painted stickers. Are really colorful and nicely cut. All right. You can also follow us on social media at The2OC on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Don't forget to subscribe to us on whatever podcast listening app you listen to us on. Mm-hmm. That sounds right. Yep. And even if you use another third-party app for podcasts, if you have iTunes, subscribe to us on there. That actually helps us more. So just click that button, mm-hmm. and then ignore iTunes. You can also send us an email to mail@the2oc.com. Let us know if you disagree with whatever we said on reviews, or if you know what's going on with aliens. Who knows? Me. All right, Todd. You were gonna say something. Say it.
They're probably gonna send us an email with gibberish, and we won't even know what they're saying.
Just a GIF.
Yeah.
Actually, we did get followed by an alien Instagram page. I don't know if you saw that. And I was curious. I clicked on him and I was like, oh. These are all terrible special effects. I hope this person doesn't actually believe these are actual legit videos.
Oh my god.
All right. For the 2OC, I'm Mel Flores.
And I'm Anton DeWall.
The truth is out there. I was going to mimic the X-Files music, but I don't know it. Is that X-Files or is that a Psycho?
Psycho. No, it's the
Twilight Zone.
Yeah. All right, we are